My friend, let me ask you something. Have you ever woken up in the morning, made your cup of coffee, and still felt drained? You think to yourself, why do I feel tired even after a full night's sleep? I hear this from so many people after they've crossed 60. The mornings don't feel as bright and the energy doesn't come as naturally as it used to. You remember the days when you could jump out of bed, get ready in 10 minutes, and head out the door without even thinking about it. But now, maybe your joints feel a little stiff or your body feels heavier than it used to. You sit at the edge of your bed, rub your eyes, and wonder how you're going to power through the day. The truth is, mornings after 60 don't have to feel this way. You don't need to accept sluggishness as your new normal. Imagine starting your day with energy, feeling light on your feet, and having the mental clarity to truly enjoy your mornings. That's not just wishful thinking, it's possible, and I'll show you how. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here today because we're going to talk about something that can completely transform how you feel every single morning. I'll be walking you through 7 powerful yet simple habits that can recharge your body and mind after 60. These aren't extreme changes and they don't require fancy equipment or complicated routines. Instead, they are small, intentional actions you can take each morning that will wake up your energy, support your health, and make you feel more alive. By the end of this conversation, you'll have a clear idea of what you can do tomorrow morning and every morning after to set the tone for a strong, active, and joyful day. Think of this as me sitting across from you, coffee mug in hand, sharing the same advice I give to my patients who want to age gracefully and feel vibrant well into their later years. Let's begin with the very first thing that happens when you wake up. Most people reach for their phone, scroll through the news or social media, and in doing so, they start their day with tension. The mind is flooded with information before the body even gets a chance to fully wake up. Instead, I want you to start your morning in silence, even if it's just for a minute. Take a deep breath, notice how your body feels, and set a calm tone for the day. You'll be surprised at how much lighter you feel when your first moments aren't filled with stress. Now, the body itself needs movement. After 60, joints tend to stiffen during the night and circulation slows down. If you've ever felt that ache in your knees when you stand up, or the stiffness in your shoulders, that's your body begging for gentle movement. I recommend starting with just a few stretches while still in bed. Point your toes, roll your shoulders, and slowly turn your neck. This wakes up your muscles and gets blood flowing to the brain. Many of my patients tell me that after adding just 5 minutes of morning stretches, they no longer need that second cup of coffee to get going. Hydration is another habit that makes a world of difference. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes weaker and many seniors wake up already dehydrated. That can cause fatigue, dizziness, and even headaches. Before your coffee, have a glass of water. If plain water feels boring, squeeze in a little lemon. It wakes up the digestive system and refreshes you in a way coffee never can. Then comes the question of food. Skipping breakfast might have worked when you were younger, but after 60, your metabolism changes. The body needs steady fuel. A balanced breakfast with protein like eggs or Greek yogurt and fiber like oatmeal or berries can stabilize your energy and prevent those mid-morning crashes. Think of it as giving your body the fuel it needs to run smoothly, like putting the right gas in your car. And let's not forget the mind. A morning ritual for mental clarity is just as important as what you do for your body. Some of my patients journal for a few minutes, others read scripture, and some simply sit quietly on the porch with gratitude in their hearts. Whatever helps you focus your thoughts and lift your spirit, make it a part of your morning. You'll notice that your stress levels drop and your mood brightens for the entire day. Another powerful habit is getting outside. Sunlight in the morning helps reset your body's natural clock. It tells your brain, this is morning, time to wake up, time to feel alive. Even a short walk around the block does wonders. Your joints warm up, your lungs fill with fresh air, and your mind feels clearer. I can't count how many seniors have told me that their morning walk became the highlight of their day, not just for their health, but also for the peace it brought them. Finally, I encourage you to give yourself something to look forward to each morning. It could be calling a loved one, working on a hobby, or even watering your plants. Having joy woven into your routine is just as energizing as food, water, or movement. It gives purpose to your day and reminds you that life after 60 can be filled with small but beautiful moments. The more consistently you build these habits, the stronger your mornings will feel. You'll notice that instead of dragging yourself out of bed, you start waking with anticipation. Instead of leaning on coffee for energy, your own body will provide it. And instead of dreading the aches and stiffness, you'll begin to see mornings as a time of renewal. Every day is a new opportunity to start strong, and I want you to remember, it's never too late to change your routine. Your body and mind are more adaptable than you think. Each morning you choose one positive habit, you're telling yourself that you still matter, your health still matters, and your joy still matters. Let's go deeper now because I want you to truly picture what these mornings can look like when you put these habits into practice. Imagine waking up at 6:30 in the morning. The light is just beginning to shine through the curtains. Instead of rushing to grab your phone, you take one slow, deep breath. You feel your chest rise, your lungs filling with fresh air, and you let it out gently. That single act of pausing tells your body that today will be intentional, not rushed. Then you swing your legs over the side of the bed. Maybe your knees feel a little stiff. Maybe your back feels tight. That's perfectly normal. But instead of groaning and forcing yourself up, you take 2 minutes right there on the bed to stretch your arms overhead, circle your ankles, and gently roll your shoulders. You'll notice how the stiffness begins to ease. What you're doing is sending blood to your muscles and joints, and that blood carries oxygen and nutrients, almost like oiling the hinges of a door that's squeaky from the night before. Now you make your way to the kitchen. Before you reach for the coffee pot, you pour a glass of water. Some of my patients keep a glass ready on the counter the night before so they don't forget. That first drink of water refreshes every cell in your body. It wakes up the brain, it supports your heart, and it even helps your digestion prepare for the day. If you like, squeeze a lemon wedge in there. It adds vitamin C and a little zing to start the morning with brightness. After hydrating, it's time for breakfast. I often tell my patients breakfast is like setting the foundation for the rest of your day. If you skip it or fill it with sugar, you'll feel the consequences in just a few hours. Low energy, irritability, maybe even dizziness. But if you fuel up with something balanced, your body will thank you. Imagine a bowl of oatmeal topped with blueberries and walnuts. Or perhaps scrambled eggs with a spinach on the side. These are simple, wholesome meals that stabilize blood sugar and keep you energized all morning long. And don't underestimate the power of stepping outside. Even if it's just to stand on your porch or balcony for a few minutes, that morning's sunlight resets your body's natural clock. It tells your brain, it's daytime. Wake up, release energy, stay alert. For seniors, this natural light also helps regulate sleep cycles, which means not only do you feel more energized in the morning, but you also sleep more soundly at night. I always encourage at least a 5 to 10-minute walk. You'll notice how the cool morning air clears your mind, how the movement eases your joints, and how your mood lifts almost instantly. Now let's talk about the mind. Our mornings are often rushed or filled with noise. But giving your mind a moment of quiet focus is like giving it armor for the day ahead. Some people find peace in prayer, others in journaling, and some in simply sitting with a cup of tea and reflecting on what they're grateful for. Gratitude, even for the smallest things, rewires the brain to notice joy. And when you start your day with joy, your energy naturally rises because your mind isn't weighed down by stress. Here's something else I want you to try. Before diving into your daily tasks, ask yourself, what is one thing I can look forward to today? It doesn't have to be something grand. It could be tending to your garden, calling an old friend, baking a favorite recipe, or even just watching the sunrise. That sense of anticipation infuses your day with purpose, and purpose is one of the most powerful sources of energy. I also want to mention the importance of gentle exercise in the morning. Many seniors think exercise has to be strenuous, but that's not true. Simple chair stretches, yoga for seniors, or light resistance bands can work wonders. When you engage your muscles in the morning, you activate your metabolism, which means your body continues burning energy efficiently throughout the day. One of my patients began doing 10 minutes of chair yoga each morning, and within weeks, she noticed not only improved flexibility, but also a sharper mind and more stamina for daily activities. Let's not forget breathing exercises. Deep, intentional breathing floods the body with oxygen, reduces stress hormones, and centers your mind. Sit comfortably, place your hands on your stomach, and inhale deeply through your nose until you feel your belly rise. Hold for a second, then exhale slowly through your mouth. Just 3 rounds of this can calm the nervous system and awaken your energy in a balanced, steady way. As you weave these habits into your morning, they'll start to feel natural, like brushing your teeth. And over time, you'll notice how different your mornings feel. Instead of starting your day groggy and tired, you'll begin with energy, clarity, and calm. And this is the secret that so many people miss. Your morning sets the tone for your entire day. If you invest in the first hour of your morning, the benefits ripple through every hour that follows. I want you to reflect on this. How do you want your mornings to feel a month from now? Imagine yourself walking into the kitchen with a smile, stretching without pain, sipping your water with a sense of refreshment, and heading outside with a lightness in your step. That vision can become your reality, one small habit at a time. Let's keep going, because the more detail I give you, the more practical and alive this morning routine will feel for you. Now, I want you to picture what happens inside your body as you put these habits together. When you drink water first thing in the morning, you're replenishing your bloodstream. Overnight, your body loses fluid through breathing and sweating. Even if you don't feel thirsty, your organs are running on less water than they need. That glass of water is like refilling a low tank in your car. It helps your kidneys filter better, your heart pump more smoothly, and your brain think more clearly. Some of my patients tell me their morning headaches disappeared simply by starting their day hydrated. Next, let's talk about those early stretches or movements. Seniors often ask me, "Doctor, isn't it too late for me to get flexible?" And I always say, no, it is never too late. Your muscles and joints respond to gentle motion at any age. When you stretch, even lightly, you're lubricating the joints with synovial fluid. Think of it like oiling a door hinge that's gotten rusty. It may not swing freely right away, but the more you use it, the smoother it becomes. A few shoulder rolls, a light twist at the waist, and lifting your arms overhead can wake up the whole upper body. Adding in simple ankle circles and knee bends helps your legs prepare for walking and prevents falls. After you stretch, consider adding a very short exercise routine. It doesn't have to be complicated. 10 minutes of slow marching in place while holding onto the back of a chair for balance or gentle wall push-ups can strengthen your muscles without strain. When I see my patients commit to just 10 minutes a day, the difference in their energy and balance after a month is remarkable. One gentleman in his 70s told me that after a few weeks of morning exercises, he no longer felt winded walking up the steps to his porch. That's how powerful consistency can be. Now let's turn to breakfast again, because this is an area where many seniors struggle. A lot of people either skip it or grab something quick, like a pastry or a sugary cereal. Those foods may give a short burst of energy, but within an hour or two they cause a crash. Your blood sugar spikes, then drops suddenly, leaving you tired and irritable. A better option is combining protein, healthy fat, and fiber. For example, a slice of whole grain toast with peanut butter and a banana, or cottage cheese with sliced peaches. These are simple, affordable, and easy to prepare, but they release energy slowly so you stay alert and satisfied until lunch. Let's not forget about mental energy. Mornings can easily slip into autopilot. You get up, go through the motions, and suddenly half the day is gone. But taking even a few moments for reflection can shape your mindset. Some of my patients keep a small notebook by their bed and write down one thing they're grateful for each morning. It could be as simple as, "I'm thankful I can walk to the mailbox," or "I'm grateful for the smell of coffee brewing." This practice doesn't just lift the mood, it actually lowers stress levels and strengthens the immune system over time. Science shows gratitude changes brain chemistry, and that's something you can benefit from starting today. Another key piece of morning energy is avoiding the trap of rushing. Many of us spent decades rushing in the mornings, getting kids ready for school, hurrying to work, beating traffic. After 60, life gives you a gift. You don't have to rush anymore. Take advantage of that. If you wake up 30 minutes earlier than usual, you give yourself space to enjoy your habits without pressure. That calm pace sets a steady rhythm for the whole day. I also want to touch on one habit that's often overlooked: fresh air. Indoor air can feel stuffy in the morning, especially if windows have been closed all night. Opening a window, stepping onto your porch, or simply sitting near natural light can refresh your lungs and mood. If you live in a neighborhood, you might wave to a neighbor walking their dog. That small moment of connection is energizing in its own way. Humans are social creatures, and even brief friendly interactions boost emotional well being. Now, let's look at how all of this ties into long term health. These morning habits aren't just about feeling good in the moment, they also protect you against common issues that come after 60. Regular stretching and walking keep your joints healthy and reduce the risk of arthritis pain worsening. A balanced breakfast helps regulate blood sugar, lowering the chance of diabetes complications. Hydration supports kidney and heart health. And morning sunlight helps regulate vitamin D, which is essential for bone strength and mood stability. In other words, by simply honoring your mornings, you're building a shield against many health challenges that could show up later. Here's something powerful to remember. Aging doesn't mean losing energy, it means managing it wisely. When you were younger, you could skip meals, stay up late, or neglect exercise and still bounce back. After 60, the body is more sensitive but also more responsive to care. The energy is there, waiting to be unlocked. You just have to treat your mornings as the key. So, tomorrow, I want you to choose one small habit to begin with. Maybe it's drinking that glass of water before coffee. Maybe it's 5 minutes of gentle stretching. Maybe it's writing one line of gratitude in a notebook. Whatever you choose, make it so simple you can't say no. Over time, you'll add more habits, and soon enough, your mornings will feel completely transformed. And let me remind you, my friend, it's not about perfection. There will be days when you forget or when life interrupts your routine. That's okay. What matters most is consistency over time. Each morning you choose even one of these habits, you're giving yourself the gift of health, energy, and joy. Let me share a story with you. One of my patients, a woman in her late 60s, used to tell me that her mornings were the hardest part of her day. She would wake up stiff, tired, and already dreading the list of chores and responsibilities waiting for her. She admitted that her first action every day was to sit in her recliner with coffee and watch the news, which left her feeling anxious instead of energized. I encouraged her to try just one change. Start with a glass of water and 5 minutes of gentle stretches before anything else. She was skeptical, but she tried it. Within a week, she came back to me smiling. She said, "Doctor, I didn't realize how much better my body could feel with something so simple." That one small step gave her the confidence to add more habits. A short walk, a healthier breakfast, and a few moments of gratitude. Today, she describes her mornings as her favorite time of the day. That's the kind of transformation I want for you, and it doesn't require expensive equipment or radical lifestyle changes. It's about reclaiming your mornings with intention. So let's put these habits together into a flow you can actually follow. Picture yourself waking up and taking that pause. No phone, no rush, just a breath. Then you slowly rise, stretching your arms toward the ceiling, rolling your neck gently, loosening the stiffness from the night. Before anything else, you walk to the kitchen, pour that refreshing glass of water, maybe with a squeeze of lemon, and sip it slowly as if you're fueling your body for the day ahead. Next, you move into light activity. Maybe it's 5 minutes of marching in place, maybe it's stepping outside for a short stroll, or maybe it's following along with a gentle stretching video for seniors on your TV or tablet. The key is movement that wakes your joints and muscles. Remember, movement is medicine, and the earlier in the day you take it, the longer the benefits last. Once your body feels awake, you nourish it with breakfast. Think about how you'd fuel a car before a long drive. You wouldn't pour in the wrong fuel because you know the car would sputter and fail. Your body is no different. A good breakfast, whole grains, protein, and fruit, becomes the steady fuel that keeps you going. It prevents those mid-morning energy crashes and gives your brain the nutrients it needs for clear thinking. Now let's turn inward for a moment. Sit down somewhere quiet, maybe with your coffee or tea, and reflect. What are you grateful for today? What's one thing you're looking forward to? These simple questions direct your mind toward hope and positivity. I've seen patients who struggled with loneliness find joy again just by practicing gratitude in the mornings. It shifts the focus away from what's missing and toward what's still beautiful in their lives. And here's another secret. Give yourself the gift of sunlight. Even on cloudy days, the natural light outdoors signals your body to release energy-promoting hormones and align your internal clock. This helps you feel more awake during the day and more ready for rest at night. That's why even a 10-minute walk around your block in the morning is powerful medicine for energy, mood, and sleep. When you weave these elements together, your morning transforms. Instead of stiffness, there's gentle movement. Instead of dehydration, there's fresh water. Instead of rushing, there's calm reflection. Instead of sugar spikes, there's steady fuel. Instead of stress from news or distractions, there's sunlight and gratitude. Now I want to emphasize something important. Your mornings don't have to be perfect to be powerful. Some days you'll only manage the water. Some days you'll stretch but skip the walk. That's okay. What matters most is consistency over time. Small actions repeated daily create lasting change. Just like drops of water can wear down a stone, these habits can reshape your health and energy in the years ahead. I encourage you to think about your own mornings. Where is there room for one positive habit? Could you prepare your water glass tonight so it's waiting for you in the morning? Could you set out a pair of comfortable shoes by the door to remind you of a short walk? Could you place a gratitude journal on your nightstand to nudge you into reflection before the day begins? These small steps are the anchors that hold new habits in place. And here's the beauty of it. When you feel more energized in the morning, everything else becomes easier. Cooking feels less like a burden, errands feel less tiring, time with loved ones feels more enjoyable. Energy isn't just about surviving the day, it's about living it fully. So tomorrow, I want you to wake up and give yourself permission to start fresh. Don't worry about yesterday's fatigue or mistakes. Each new morning is an opportunity, a chance to strengthen your body, refresh your mind, and lift your spirit. And with time, you'll notice that you're not just surviving after 60, you're thriving. I want you to picture this. The alarm clock rings, or perhaps you naturally wake up as the sunlight starts peeking through the curtains. Instead of groaning, instead of saying, "Not another day," you pause. You take a slow, deep breath, and you remind yourself, this is a gift. I have another day to live, another day to enjoy, another day to grow stronger. That mindset shift, even before your feet touch the floor, is one of the most powerful habits you can create. Now let's move into the physical. Many seniors underestimate how much 10 minutes of gentle exercise can transform their entire day. One of my patients, a man in his early 70s, used to complain of low energy and aching joints every morning. He believed exercise wasn't for him anymore, that it was too late. I encouraged him to try something very simple: 10 minutes of stretching and bodyweight movements every morning. He began with standing tall, reaching his arms overhead, and holding onto a chair for support while doing gentle squats. He added in slow marching in place and a few easy torso twists. Within just 3 weeks, he came back to me and said, "Doctor, I didn't know my mornings could feel this good." He was walking more easily, he had less stiffness, and he was smiling again. That's what a few minutes of movement can do. After you've loosened up, let's focus on your fuel. Think of your body as a fire that needs steady wood to burn brightly all day. If you throw in only paper, it flares up and dies out quickly. That's what sugary foods do. But if you put in thick, solid logs, the fire burns steadily. That's what balanced meals do. So in the morning, give yourself protein and fiber. A smoothie with spinach, banana, and Greek yogurt. A boiled egg with whole grain toast. Oatmeal topped with almonds and fresh fruit. These aren't complicated meals, but they're powerful. They stabilize your blood sugar, keep your brain sharp, and prevent that mid-morning crash where you feel like you need a nap. Now hydration again, because I can't stress this enough. Many seniors walk around in a constant state of mild dehydration without realizing it. That dryness in your mouth, that lightheaded feeling, that fatigue you blame on age, it's often dehydration. Starting your day with water sets the tone. And remember, coffee doesn't count as hydration. It actually dehydrates you a little. So, make water your very first drink. Then we move into the mind. What are you feeding your thoughts in the morning? If the first thing you see is negative news or social media arguments, you are pouring stress into your spirit before the day even begins. Instead, take those first 10 minutes and pour peace into your mind. Open a book, write a gratitude note, or sit quietly and reflect. If you're a person of faith, spend those minutes in prayer or scripture. If not, Simply breathe and think of three things you're thankful for. Gratitude has been shown again and again to reduce stress and boost happiness. And happiness is one of the best sources of energy. Here's another simple habit that makes a big difference. Go outside. Step into the sunlight, even if only onto your porch or into your garden. That natural light triggers your body to release serotonin, a hormone that lifts mood and sharpens focus. Later in the evening, that serotonin helps create melatonin, which means better sleep at night. So, a little morning sunlight is not just about feeling awake, it's about setting up the entire cycle of your day. Now, I want you to imagine your ideal morning as a flow. You wake with gratitude, you stretch your body, you drink your water, you step outside and breathe the fresh air, you nourish yourself with a wholesome breakfast, you take a few minutes for your mind, reflection, prayer, or quiet. And finally, you give yourself something to look forward to. That last step is vital. Having joy ahead fuels your spirit. It could be as small as a phone call to a friend, baking bread, working on a puzzle, or watering your plants. Purpose energizes us just as much as food and exercise. The truth is, aging doesn't mean slowing down into weakness. It means learning how to live smarter. Your body is more sensitive now, yes, but it is also more responsive to care. Every stretch, every sip of water, every moment of gratitude tells your body and mind, I value you. I'm investing in you. And when you make that investment, the returns are tremendous. More energy, less pain, sharper focus, a brighter mood. Think of your mornings as the foundation of your house. If the foundation is weak, the rest of the day shakes with every stress and challenge. But if the foundation is strong, you can face anything with stability. And the beautiful thing is, you are the builder of that foundation. Every choice you make in the first hour of your day lays a brick. And over time, those bricks create a strong, steady base for your health and happiness. So let me ask you, how do you want your mornings to feel 1 month from now? 2 months from now? Imagine walking into your kitchen with energy, smiling as you pour that glass of water, stepping outside with a lightness in your step, and beginning your day with peace instead of stress. That picture is possible, and it begins tomorrow morning with one small habit you choose today. As we've walked together through these morning habits, I want you to take a moment and really reflect on what this means for your own life. Think about all the mornings you may have woken up tired, stiff, or unmotivated. Now imagine mornings that feel lighter, calmer, and full of possibility. That picture isn't a dream. It's something you can build, one small step at a time. You don't have to change everything at once. Even the smallest shift, like drinking that first glass of water or stepping outside for a breath of fresh air, can begin to transform how your body feels and how your mind approaches the day. Over time, those little habits weave together into a routine that strengthens you from the inside out. What I want you to hold on to is this: energy doesn't disappear with age, it changes form. After 60, it isn't about pushing yourself harder. It's about nurturing your body with wisdom, care, and consistency. Every morning you choose to stretch, to fuel yourself with good food, to practice gratitude, or to step into the sunlight. You're choosing to honor the gift of another day. I've seen countless men and women in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s turn their mornings around. They didn't do it by chasing perfection. They did it by choosing one habit, then another, and letting the benefits build naturally. If they can do it, so can you. Remember, this is about giving yourself permission to enjoy life more fully, to wake up feeling alive instead of worn out. And that, my friend, is something worth fighting for. So as you move into tomorrow, I hope you carry this encouragement with you. Your mornings are the doorway to your day, and you hold the key. You have the power to make them brighter, healthier, and filled with purpose. Every sunrise is a fresh start, and I want you to step into it with confidence and hope. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I know you could have been anywhere else, and I deeply value the trust you've given me by listening. My wish for you is simple: that you wake each day feeling just a little stronger, a little lighter, and a little more joyful than the day before. If this message has touched you, I'd love for you to share your own thoughts in the comments below. Tell me what morning habit you're excited to try, because your story might inspire someone else who needs encouragement. And if you found value in our time together, I invite you to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Most of all, I want you to remember that you're not alone on this journey. Together, we're learning how to age with grace, strength, and joy. Until we meet again, I wish you good health, peaceful mornings, and many bright days ahead.